Hello, welcome to our IT/OT converged network threat detection playbook demo. In this video, we are going to talk about how we are helping one of our clients to automate their existing threat detection process in their converged network, um, which is, as of today, it's heavy on analyst time consumption, and also the output is variable. It currently depends on the familiarity of the environment by the specific analyst, and also the skill set. We are utilizing XSOAR to automate as many tasks as possible in the process, and also to streamline the flow of the activities, so we can predict the outcome, such as containment activities, notifications, and the monitoring of the eradication and the recovery. We have created a replica of the client environment in our lab, which consists of the Palo Alto firewall securing the IT perimeter of the client. Then we have the Cisco Firepower IPS monitoring the IT network. Then we have the Active Directory, DNS, DHCP, and Exchange servers. And the endpoints are protected by EDR. Then on the OT side, the perimeter is protected by the Fortigate firewall, filtering traffic between the IT and OT. Then we have simulated the HMI, engineering station, RTUs, and PLCs. Nozumi IDS is used to monitor the traffic in the OT environment. Splunk is configured as a SIEM in this setup, and all the security products are configured to forward logs and their alerts over to Splunk. And we have XSOAR that is configured to fetch incidents by monitoring the Splunk, and generate incidents on the XSOAR, which is presented to the analyst. And we have integrated a couple of threat intel and enrichment services to our XSOAR instance. And XSOAR instance is also configured to fetch PCAPs from the Palo Alto firewall and some other evidence from the Nozumi. Then the analysts go through the available information. They confirm or recommend the containment activities, which is the implementation is almost everything is automated, and sending off the notifications. Let's jump to our environment, lab environment. So these are the integrations that we have done. So we have Splunk as the SIEM. We have Active Directory integration, IPinfo, OpenFish, VirusTotal, and WHOIS as the enrichment. And we are using mail sender integrated at the backend. We are utilizing Exchange. And as per network security devices, as previously mentioned, we have a Cisco network access control, Fortigate, Nozumi, and Palo Alto. Let's go to the playbook. This is the playbook. We can break it down into three major sections. First section is to validate the incident has enough information to follow process this playbook. Such as PCAP, do we have a PCAP? Do we have user information? Do we have IP information, URL information? Once it's confirmed, they will be enriched, and it will go through a filter to confirm whether it's a malicious or conditional one. Then after that, the second section comes in where we are checking for any similar incident that has been reported by the IT security controls or these IT or OT security controls. Then that information is presented to the analyst, and they are by validating the incident, they are recommending the containment action. So containment action can be blocking of a user, isolation of endpoint. For the OT environment, this SOC does not have any control over the OT environment. We can only monitor. So what the SOC is going to do is create a OT impact assessment and forward that information to the OT management to take the ultimate decision on how they want to do the containment. And sending of notification is also automated for the IT environment. The user's manager, and the service desk inform. Service desk is responsible for eradication and the recovery. Then the next phase of the playbook is for the SOC to monitor ongoing activities. Once the business unit or the service desk confirm that they have taken the necessary actions to eradicate and they have performed the recovery actions, SOC can confirm whether they are continue to see related incidents from the same username, password, or any other that can potentially have moved laterally related to same malware. Then based on that information, they can either go ahead and close the incident, saying that it's successful, or if not, they can continue with the escalation, notify the stakeholders saying that activities are still ongoing. Then if it's still not successful, they can go ahead and escalate the emergency team. Let's jump into the incident. So under context data, as of now, we have the information that are sent by the Splunk. These are the information that will be consumed by the playbook. So at the first stage, it will try to validate the availability of required information. And if the information is available, it will try to enrich that one. This specific incident does not have a PCAP. So I'm not expecting the PCAP indicator extraction to take place. The rest of the things should complete. Yes. So for the username, it will grab information from the Active Directory and also the user's manager details. And the indicators will be evaluated to check whether they are malicious or not. If they found to be malicious, anything that can be blocked by the perimeter immediately will be done. The blocking will be implemented on Palo Alto firewall and also the Fortigate firewall. Second section, this information will be passed to the find similar incidents in the that has been generated by the OT or from the OT or IT environment. And this will give analysts a view about what are the related activities that has been taken place since the time either before and after of this incident has been triggered. Let's give it a second to complete. Okay, at this moment, we are expecting the analysts to go through the available indicators and the similar incident that has been generated. Now, I believe we have found a lot of incidents that are similar, and it's because I use this specific alert to generate these incidents in the lab environment. Now, the analyst has to answer a set of questions which will be used to take containment actions. So first one is targeting the OT environment. Do we have a impact to the OT environment? Do we have to temporarily deactivate the AD account? How to isolate the endpoint using DDR? So let's say that yes to the first one, there's an impact on the OT environment. I want to block the Active Directory account as well, but I don't want to isolate the endpoint. Submit that one. Now it's validating the answer that is given by the analyst. So since we want to block the user account, it will go ahead and block it, disable it temporarily on the Active Directory. You're supposed to see no actions taken for isolation. The OT environment, we don't have any control over the containment actions because of the sensitivity of their operation. So what we are doing is we are trying to aid or assist our analysts to perform event-driven threat hunting as much as possible. So we are fetching the latest alerts that are generated on the Nozumi, so the analyst can have that context. What are the latest things that has taken place in the OT environment? So they don't have to waste time to jump into Nozumi, log in, and gather this information. That information is readily available for them. And once they evaluate the existing indicators and the similar events or the alerts, incidents that have been generated by Nozumi and the IT environment, and also by correlating this one, they can provide the answer to this question, whether do we see an impact to the OT environment. Let's say yes. So this answer will be evaluated, and if we say yes, then we have to provide a impact statement of what we think, like from what we observe, what do we think that what would be the impact. Let's see. We have seen network scan for the Modbus port 502 coming from this endpoint, and currently C2 communication has been blocked by the perimeter firewall. Let's submit this answer. That will be notified to the OT management team. For the IT side, this notification will go to users manager, and the service desk. And service desk is entrusted to run the eradication and the recovery activity, like restoring the last known good backup to ensure that these devices does not contain any other traces of malicious threat actors or software. So this is where the analysts monitor the ongoing activities. Once the business units or the service desk comes back and say, okay, we have completed our standard activities, and the analysts evaluate it and say like, no, we are still seeing this activity being taken place in this environment, related ones. And let's say we say it continues, so it sends another notification to the stakeholders and saying the situation has not been recovered successfully, and the analyst can continue to monitor and either say yes, the eradication and recovery steps are successful. If not, this organization, they have a special process to escalate the incident to their major incident management team, which eventually trigger their CERT team and take actions. So let's say we want to escalate this one. I submit this one, and it will send out an email to their major incident management team, and the major incident management team will follow up with it, and the incident will be closed. By utilizing this playbook, this client has reduced the amount of time that was taken from like 6-7 hours to almost 20-25 minutes. That's what we have achieved by using this playbook.